That's a pretty good moon right there. This is here if you need it. Your imagination is the voice of God. Buddha said, be a lamp unto oneself. God is not somewhere up in the sky. He's in your heart. He's in your... that is the temple. I think it's very interesting how every prophet, teacher, enlightened being that we all follow or religion seemed to form around all had the same basic belief. It was all like, hey, as I can do, so can you. And I think it's very interesting how through time and through structure, they have taught us that it is outside of us, that you need to go seek. But the truth that I get closer and closer to every day is the fact that if we grant ourselves permission to be, then we will begin to unlock who we really are. There's so many gifts that come from that permission and that understanding that there's no blasphemy behind that. There's no how could you make yourself bigger than you are? You're everything already. You know? I feel like a lot of people who lean on secular faith, it's amazing, and if it works for you, work it 100%. But I'm always weary of institution and how they sell you your salvation as outside of yourself. When, like I said, the great prophets all said, as I do, you can do as well. I think what gets tricky is when you think that it's all power and all knowing, when in actuality it's humility. It's understanding, hey, I am part of the great all. What could make you more humble than that? You know? What can make you believe more deeply in a God, in a divine force that moves all things, than just simply acknowledging that only motion and electricity separate any of this, any of us, you know? I just believe so wholeheartedly that in granting our own permission and understanding, like, hey, I am what I've been looking for, then you actually have the opportunity to be exactly that. But if I keep myself caged in and say, oh, the pastor's going to show me what to do, or this book is going to tell me what I need to do, it's like those can all be guideposts to your own inner knowing and your own inner awakening, and that's awesome. But they're not replacements for. And I think it's just an incredible thing to be in a situation where you can realize that, where you can actually sit within that. Today, that's very much what was on my heart. Your imagination is the voice of God. Not your ego, but your attuned antenna that is that imagination, that is the truest version of who you are. And like I said, the thing that I always come back to that differentiates the ego from the essence is what I want or what I feel a reaction to what's going on outside of me, or is it coming from my heart center? Is it coming from who I truly am? The truth is closer than you know. Is right in here. And the more, like I said, we grant that permission, the closer we get day by day, inch by inch. But I don't believe we get to unlock any part of it until we acknowledge it. And like I said, all the great teachers and all the great masters all shared this sentiment. They all, this is what they said. This is how Jesus taught. This is how Buddha taught. These are how these people explained it. And wow, the sky is unbelievable over here. You don't have to go looking for God in the sky, but he sure is there. Looks like sherbet. What a gift. What a gift today is. Thank you for spending some time. And as always, this is here if you need it.